Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a matchup today where the focus will be on the passing game. The Broncos are top 10 at defending the pass, and they'll be going up against the Chargers, who will need to solve that secondary. So let's get you out to Denver for the call of our game. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are at the foot of the Rockies as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the picturesque city of Denver, Colorado. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the San Diego Chargers and the Denver Broncos. First carry for a former Trojan. This is Buck Allen, and he'll lose yardage. Here, going down back at the 28. Fake to Anderson, now it's Lynch. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson, and he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The offense on your screen now, and our first look at C.J. Anderson.
And what a look it's going to be, making a name for himself rapidly running the football.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
On 3rd down, Lynch. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. First carry for the vet, Danny Woodhead. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be 2nd down. The 11 offensive starters for the Chargers of San Diego on your screen, and one of them who provides a lot of experience, certainly Danny Woodhead.
Love him. We think of him as a 3rd down back, catching ball out of the backfield, creating first downs, but he can run it inside. He did it quite effectively at Chadron State in Nebraska, set big-time records in Division II.
And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
Brandon Marshall, no, not the wide receiver, a quality linebacker who can cover very well.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Benjamin with it over the middle. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And this will be incomplete. The veteran James Jones, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense, because you got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, they'll give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well. You could hear them talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Adam Gotsis, the big Aussie from Georgia Tech, in there to bring him down, and it'll be a play to remember for that young man, the first sack of his NFL career. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Will Parks, the rookie. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Again, Anderson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. And that was a defensive setup they prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap recognition and know exactly how to attack based on their planning and preparation.
A first down carry for Custer. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Time quickly to look at the Chargers defense.
Denzel Perryman, a linebacker out of the University of Miami, knows how to play downhill and arrive with an oomph.
Now they'll look to throw it with Lynch. Over the middle, it's Thomas. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a third down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. In the backfield is Anderson.
Check, Patriot! Leopard! Here we go. 3-19! Over! Detroit!
They'll throw on first down with Lynch. Flushed out right. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
They run. Anderson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, if people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Let's go!
Throwing here, Lynch on first down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. That one goes for 16 yards and sets him up 1st and goal.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So the offense has it, 6-yard line, 1st and goal. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. In the backfield is Anderson. 2nd down, goal to go from the 6. He's going to get the football. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. Lynch with it on 3rd and goal. A dump off to Anderson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And now San Diego getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. It's a pickup of 19. Good enough for a San Diego 1st down. A 1st down throw here for Rivers. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Rivers now gives to Woodhead. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Rivers off the play fake to Woodhead. Caught by Gates, left side. It's an 8-yard pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Third down and 3. Rivers now. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Rivers now on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Rivers to throw it. This is Johnson. He's got it. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Here's Woodhead. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Danny Woodhead, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even 1 step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Here we go now. Blue, land it.
Lynch looking to throw on 2nd. Lynch fighting. He fumbles. He lost the football. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. 2nd down, sacked by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on 3rd? We'll see.
All right, here we go. Green, 39 now. Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Paxton Lynch on 3rd and long. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Jatavis Brand picked it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Woodhead. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down. On the ground, this is Woodhead. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. Here's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. In the backfield is Anderson. And they'll give it to him here. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. And quickly, they get to the line. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. On second down, here's Lynch. And that'll be incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go.
On third down, Lynch. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Now Lynch on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. And you as a former defender should know that the referees are watching this closely. Defensive holding.
They watch it awfully closely. I sure wish they'd let it be 5.5 yards like they do for the offensive guys. But in this case, they were strict with the rule.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Throwing, Lynch. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Final play of the half. It's Lynch. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Rivers off the play fake to Woodhead. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage.
Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And a great spot to start this drive from here. And they'll try to fire up the running game with C.J. Anderson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On second down, Lynch. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. From the gun on third down, it's Lynch. And it's caught over the middle by the tight end, Green. Now Green, staying on the ground. Let's hope he's all right. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. And McManus missed it. How about that? No good. Wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
They'll go with Woodhead to start the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain. Anytime a ball is thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd down, Rivers. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion. Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Play fake, Rivers. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Rivers again. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here's Brandon Fields now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. It's picked up by the Broncos.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day. Second and 10 now. It's Lynch. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. And they're going to speed things up here.
Let's go! Let's go! No, check, Patriot!
On 3rd and 1, it's Lynch. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
It goes as a pickup of 23, and it'll be 1st down Denver. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They come out here in the eye. 1st down. Here's the run with Anderson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Three yards to go here on second down.
Let's go. 3-19.
On second down, Lynch. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. On third down, Lynch. That's caught. It's Thomas. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Emmanuel Sanders, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, do a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. To throw, Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. And he goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Hunter Henry out of the University of Arkansas was definitely the consensus top tight end in the 2016 draft. I thought he might sneak into the first round. He didn't, but I think that Phillip Rivers is really happy to have him in San Diego. They're already starting to make that connection.
They run with Woodhead. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Rivers now on 2nd down. Allen has it, left side. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. Rivers. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now Lynch on first down. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
They run it again with Anderson. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
Fresh set of downs here. In the backfield is Anderson.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The rookie from Ohio State, Joey Bosa, in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. On 2nd down, Lynch. Sanders has it over the middle. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Lynch on the keeper. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
One of the hallmarks of their success this year, they've been fearless on 4th down, and they convert another one right here to move the chains.
Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Another tote here for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Anderson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, being able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Now they'll look to throw it with Lynch. It's caught by Sanders. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. In the backfield is Anderson. He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding position.
Oh, no, he lost the football. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. So out come the Chargers. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game, this one. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. A kneel down here from Rivers, and that should be it. Well, Charles, stepping back from this one a moment, no matter who's on the field, it's always tough to come in here and beat a team that's the defending champs, but they were able to get it done.
Weren't they 10-0 overall in this stadium?
If you include the playoffs, 8-0 regular season.
Yeah, I mean, that's really fantastic. And you're not just beating them, you're beating a crowd that's always behind their team. And you're